went through and showed you my saddles that I ride, and now I'm going to show you the pads that I use with them. Keep it pretty simple. I got one pad that works really good for each saddle. Every once in a while you'll get a different horse that has a just a funny build, and you might have to change the pad, but for the most part these pads all work just perfect with these saddles on most any horse. Here it's just a felt pad, classic equine ESP, and that one works really good with my Billy Cook ranch saddle that I do all the colt starting in. It's a good pad, not too terribly thick. Take that one off, and under it, this is the pad that I use with my cutting saddle. It's really kind of a no name. It's actually, I believe it's a Teskey's. It's just a good felt pad. See, it's not too terribly thick, and it works really good with the cutting saddle. It will also work pretty good with the reining saddle. There's a lot of times I'll use it with the reining saddle. Now, the one I really use with the reining saddle a bunch would be this pad. Not very thick, which in reining, you know, you don't want a lot between you and the horse. You want that horse to feel every absolute move. I use that one a lot. And before I go to any more reining shows or do any real big reining, obviously I'll get something a little nicer or better. Now, this pad, this is what I use on all my roping saddles. It is a Best Ever 1 3/4 pad, and the reason to use this on the roping horses or roping saddle is because it takes away a lot of the shock. There's a lot of room in there between the saddle and the horse this way. If you ever really looked at a roping saddle, they sit really close to the withers, and there's not much room there. So like when I was calf roping, when that horse would stop and run backwards and work the calf, that saddle's kind of tilted forward, and it's kind of can, with a real thin pad, it would sometimes pinch the horse. You get this thick pad, you're not going to have none of that. Also, the other thing that this pad works really good for, if you have a high withered horse, you can put this pad on a high withered horse and make just about any saddle work. You can almost make a roping saddle work perfectly with a high withered horse. Now, obviously, a cutting saddle or a rancher saddle, something a little higher front end would be better for a high withered horse, but this pad really does help a lot of saddles fit good with one. So it's a good investment, especially if you've got a high withered horse.